Hey, hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here with me today. So today we're going to talk about 5 simple tricks to stick to your New Year's resolutions. So we just started a brand new year. In fact, it's a brand new decade, right? So about 40% of all Americans are going to vow to change one thing or another about their lives. And New Year's resolutions, they fall in lots of categories, right? You got weight loss, finance, career, business development, health and diet, fitness, stress management, focusing on personal relationships, all kinds of different kinds of resolutions. But you know what? You fast forward 6 months later, and like 60% of these resolutions will be completely forgotten. And this is true for all of us. And so, it's kind of important to plan this out so you can make sure that your resolutions happen. Hi, Shavalita. Good to see you. Good. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. So anyway, so you can carry out your resolutions. Seriously, you can. Let's look at some tips to help you stick to them, okay? So number 1, define your motivation. There's 2 types of motivations. There's intrinsic, which means your motivation comes from inside. For example, if you prefer jogging or going to the gym or shopping by yourself, because that's what you prefer to do, and you do it because you like how you feel afterwards, right? Because you're more internal, you like it, internal, that's intrinsic. Extrinsic means you're pushed towards actions outside your personal scope. So in other words, you prefer working out with friends, and you'll work harder if there's a reward system in place. So once you figure out what kind of motivation is best for you, what kind of person you are, then all you have to do is put yourself in situations that make you more excited to accomplish even more. So number 2, actions speak louder than results. So deciding on a goal for the new year is always easier said than done, right? But it's the steps that you take to reach the goal. That's the tricky part. If you want to stick to your resolutions, it's smart to break down each step into smaller goals, if possible, to make them more manageable. And then every time you achieve a goal, reward yourself and be proud of what you've accomplished. Pat yourself on the back. I used to have an uncle that did that. He got in the mirror every day and patted himself on the back and told himself how wonderful he was. So that was a little overboard, but you can still recognize yourself and feel proud of what you've accomplished. Positive reinforcement is crucial to guide you as you push towards your goal and commit to your responsibilities, right? And one way to keep everything in check is to make sure that your goals are smart. We've all heard of SMART goals, specific, having a specific end result, that way you can't make excuses. Measurable, evaluating your progress gives you more of a motivation. Achievable, set daily goals, says building blocks. Relevant, if it's not relevant, why bother, right? And time bound, they need to have a defined end date. And so we've all heard of SMART goals, and they're great, but I have one caveat here. While I believe in SMART goals, I also believe in setting goals that are almost impossible to reach, goals that are going to make you stretch hard. I believe that if you reach farther than you ever have before, you're going to get farther than you ever have before. For example, if you set a goal to increase your sales by 15%, that's a good goal. That's a SMART goal, right? And you'll probably achieve it. You'll increase your sales by 15%. But if you set a goal to increase your sales by 50% or maybe even 100%, then you might actually get to 30% or higher. And so that you're achieving much more than you would have with that SMART goal. So for me, especially when it comes to increasing my sales, I've never set a goal like that, 15% or whatever, because I don't want to limit myself to that, right? But so I make my goals, though, a combination of SMART goals and outrageous goals. And, even with outrageous goals, you still can track them. You still can look and see if you're on track, But the thing is, you have to decide what works best for you. Because, some of us, like I can reach for a goal knowing that it's out of the park, knowing that it's almost impossible to reach, and I can be proud of myself for getting half of it. If I reach a goal to double my sales this year and I end up with 1.5 times my sales, I can appreciate that and I can be proud of myself. But the last thing I want is if you create an outrageous goal and then you miss it, because you will, because it's outrageous, right? I mean, you're more than likely not going to make it because you created an outrageous goal. And so you probably will miss it, but I just don't want you to beat yourself up later. So if you're the type of person that's going to beat yourself up because you didn't reach the goal, this exact goal you set, then I would stick to the SMART goals. Don't go too crazy, because I just don't want you to beat yourself up for it, right? SMART goals are great because they give you something to track so you can make sure that you're doing what you need to do to get there. So number 3, be honest with yourself. The more realistic your resolutions, the more likely that you're going to see them through, right? If your goal for the new year is to exercise more, then start small. Instead of planning a 5-day workout week, go for 20 minutes a day and then increase gradually. You're going to find that, as with all goals, as soon as you start seeing what you've accomplished, you'll be pumped and want to do more. And so, but stay away from that all or nothing approach. Doing something, even if it's a small piece of what you originally planned, is much better and more productive than doing nothing at all. I do that even sometimes. Even like in my business or whatever, if I just can't seem to get myself going that day, I tell myself, okay, I'm just going to do this, and I'm just going to get this much done. And what's funny is, once you get started, you find that actually it's pretty easy to keep going once you're going, But stay away from that all or nothing approach. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You have to at least take the steps, right? But along those same lines, it's also equally important to not have too many resolutions up in the air all at once. So make a list. Prioritize them and go from there. And then once you feel that the first one's in the bag, then go for the second one, and so on. Focusing on one goal at a time is going to channel your energy and efforts, and it'll help you reach your target faster. Number 4, think things through. Having a positive mindset is key when progressing towards your goals. But hey, let's be honest. Every plan is bound for failure at some point. We've talked about that over and over again. Failure is just part of growth. And so no matter how careful you are, you're going to run into failure. You're going to run into obstacles. And so be smart and anticipate these obstacles so that when they do appear, you're going to be prepared. So for example, if you get bored when you exercise, choose upbeat workout music that will get you revved up. Or you can work out at home as you catch up on your favorite TV shows if your motivation method is more extrinsic, more external. So then go to a gym with a friend. The idea is nip it in the bud before it becomes stronger than your willpower, so that you can surmount that obstacle before it comes between you and your goal, right? Number 5, be accountable for your actions. Accountability means you're taking responsibility for the choices you're making. It may seem easy to do when you have a deadline and a boss reinforcing it, but it's not so easy to do when you're home alone and you're working in your own home business, or you're just at home and you skip on making out that healthy meal and you order takeout instead, right? But you can enlist the help of a friend or join a support group where you know that you made a certain commitment to someone, even if it's just simply sending a photo of your home-cooked meal on social media. Or you can hang a calendar on your wall with progress notes so you can keep tabs on how far you've gotten and what still lies ahead. That helps you stay accountable to yourself. And then I have a bonus one for you. Number 6, pick a word for the year. So another thing I do as part of my New Year goals, if you're going to Hulu, you may as well hula hoop too. Yeah, of course. So hey, and this bonus one, pick a word for the year. Another thing I do as part of my New Year goals, and something you might want to consider, is I pick one word that encompasses how I want to approach the new year. So for example, maybe your word is discipline. That's your focus for the year. And what you're saying is that you want to approach your work, your relationships, your spiritual life, everything about your life with discipline. You're committing to giving a full effort to areas of your life this year, and you're not just giving a laid back half effort to the important things in your life. You want to be disciplined and stay on task. On the flip side, maybe your word is relax this year. Perhaps you've had a number of stressful years in a row, and this isn't the year for you to be disciplined, but this is a year you want to give yourself a break. And so your focus is one of finding balance and learning to relax. It just, having that word gives you a focus on how you want to approach all aspects of your life for the whole year. It helps you determine what kind of a person you want to become. So mine for this year is intentional. I want to make sure that every decision I make this year is intentional and it will help me move forward towards my goals. So, for example, yesterday I restructured all of my sales meetings, all of my meetings for the year with my Avon team. I'm going to be doing one monthly meeting for the local Utah Avon reps that are, whether they're on my team or not, and I'm going to be doing a Zoom call every 2 weeks. But it's not going to be just a meeting to have a meeting. It's going to be intentional. And actually, what's funny is these meetings are actually going to be more laid back. They're going to be more about the people who are in attendance. They're going to be more about, because my goal this year is to develop 3 new leaders in my business. And so this is going to be more like, okay, I'm here and I'm available for you. What do you need? What can I do for you? How can I help you grow? And it will be the people in the meeting that will be telling me. So it's going to be more relaxed and more built around what the people need. And that's how I am being intentional towards growing my business. So a word is just a word. It can't be broken like a resolution can. Instead, it serves like a reminder, like a filter. It's like, who do you want to be, instead of what, so that you might do the things and be the things that you want to be. It helps you do that. So keeping your New Year's resolutions throughout the year isn't easy, but it's just to know that you can do anything you put your mind to. I know you can. I absolutely know you can. I believe in you. And you can do this. You can set your resolutions. You can make it through the whole year. And I know you're a rock star, right? But I hope these 6 steps help. And then once you accomplish your first resolution, you're going to find that it's not only beneficial, it's fun. And once you accomplish one, you're going to want to keep going. So how about you? What are your New Year's goals? What kinds of things are you doing to make sure that you keep them? Please get below in the comments and share with us. And that's what I have for you today. I went a little longer than I wanted to. Shavalita, thank you for being on with me live. And I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.